Hello guys, welcome to my channel again. Thank you for joining in tonight. I wanted to come in and give my opinion about the news that's been going around about the termination of diversity visa lottery program, and some of you guys have reached out to me asking me about my opinion about what that is, because you're nervous and you're like, hey, we're waiting to get selected in May, and if they're going to terminate the thing, then what is the point? So you want me to give my opinion. You've seen other videos that have talked about this, but you wanted to hear from me, and I know that you guys have been waiting for this moment, and so I'm here. I've done some research, and I just wanted to come in and share what I know, so that whether that will bring you some calmness or some peace. Okay, so I'll go straight to the point. Okay, so you guys heard this week, just this past week, February 11th, that there was a bill that was introduced. If you're thinking it has been passed, that is the wrong information. It was introduced in the House of Representatives. So when I say House in this video, please know I'm talking about the House of Representatives. In Congress, we have the House of Representatives and we have the Senate. So before any bill can be passed and become a law, it must be passed in both houses and then gets to the president, and then the president signs it, and then it becomes a law. Okay? So whatever bill that is being introduced, or whenever any bill is being introduced to cancel a program such as the diversity visa program, which was instituted by Congress, then it has to also go through, if they want to end the program, then it needs to go back to where the power came from for them to even institute this whole program. Okay, all right, but let me give you a little background so that you know how far people have been trying to end this program or get rid of it. It's been a while, so this is not the first time, but probably you've not been paying attention to it because it's never really kicked enough heat. That's why you don't even hear about it. Could you imagine that last year 2021, there was a bill, this same thing, there was a bill to repeal the diversity visa lottery. Yeah, I'm sure you were surprised. Same thing was done last year and it didn't kick any heat. I'm not saying that this year it might not go anywhere, but I'm just going to give you a history of attempts that have been made to scrap the whole diversity visa program. So I'm going to go back from the earliest time that somebody proposed a bill to scrap the diversity visa lottery. Okay, so we'll go back to the 109th Congress, which was 2005 to 2006 fiscal year. An amendment was proposed, sponsored by a Republican representative from Virginia. His name is Bob Goodlatte. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation of his name, but if it's not, then I apologize. But there was an amendment that was targeting diversity visa lottery. Okay, same fiscal year, 109th Congress, 2005 to 2006, there was a bill. So the first one that I talked about was an amendment, but this one was a bill that was sponsored by Senator Sasby Chambliss, and he's a Republican senator from Georgia. And also he introduced a bill to the Senate, Senate Judiciary Committee. So when bill about diversity visa program is introduced, any bill or amendment that is introduced about the diversity visa program, it goes to the Senate Judiciary Committee. But if it's in the House, it goes to the House Judiciary. The name of the bill was Diversity Visa Fairness Act of 2005. And that also targeted diversity visa lottery, basically to change it and not keep it the way it is now, either to scrap it. So most of these bills that I'm talking about, they were just to end the whole program. Then we went to the next fiscal year, that is for 110th Congress, which is 2007-2008 fiscal year. So this was a bill that was introduced to amend the Title II of the Immigration and Nationality and Citizenship Act, which will replace the diversity visa lottery, so that visas will be given to only people with advanced degree, which basically meant that, as we know, the diversity visa lottery allows, the minimum qualification will be like high school education, or having 2 years of work experience from a qualified occupation. But they wanted to scrap this so that the minimum qualification when it comes to education will be moved up. So it will be advanced degree, kind of like how it's done in Canada, where people with higher degrees get more points to qualify to immigrate to Canada. That was the attempt here to so if that bill had passed and it had become a law, then you couldn't just use high school certificate to qualify for the diversity visa lottery. Okay? But that one was just introduced. It didn't pass the House, it didn't pass Senate, it didn't get to the president. That's why it didn't become a law. Okay? And that one was introduced in the Senate by Senator Judd Gregg of New Hampshire, and he's a Republican senator from New Hampshire. He's the one who sponsored the bill that was going to amend the diversity visa program, replace it, and make it change the eligibility, the educational requirement from like the minimum education, which is the high school education, to people with advanced degrees, so that only people who had advanced degree could qualify to get visa to come to America. All right. And so since the Congress, 110th Congress in 2007 to 2008, things cooled down for a little bit till Congress, 115th Congress, and which was 2017 and 2018. And in the 2017-2018 fiscal year, there was Visa Lottery Repeal Act. Visa Lottery Repeal Act. And this one was sponsored by Senator John Kennedy. He's a Republican senator from Louisiana. Okay? And so his was just to repeal the Visa Lottery. It was just like, kill it. Just remove the whole thing, shut it down. That was his that was a bill that he sponsored. Okay, it got introduced. It never passed Senate. It didn't go to the House for the House to even vote on it. So when a bill gets introduced, sponsor introduces the bill to whatever part of the Congress that they are. So if it's a representative, then they're going to introduce it at the House of Representatives. If they are a senator, then it's definitely going to the Senate. But it must always pass both houses. It has to pass both houses before it gets to the president, and then it becomes a law. Okay, so even if it gets introduced at the Senate and it passes the Senate, it still has to come back to the House for the House to also pass it before it can go to the president. We don't just say that, oh, the Senate is more powerful, so let the Senate, so long as the Senate passes it, then it skips the House and goes straight to the president. That's not how it works. All right. Before I go to the next time a bill was introduced to just like smash this whole thing, like terminate this whole thing, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take a moment, just subscribe to my channel, and then we'll go to the next one. Okay. The next time a bill was introduced to come after diversity visa lottery was the 116th Congress, which is 2019 to 2020 fiscal year. This bill was sponsored by Senator John Kennedy, who is a Republican from the state of Louisiana. And so this bill, which was called Visa Lottery Repeal Act. So this was just a bill, just like the name says it, was just to repeal, just remove the whole program, shut it down, and forget about it. Okay, this was introduced to the Senate Judiciary Committee. It didn't pass Senate, so it didn't even get to go to the House, and it didn't get to the president, and that's why it didn't become a law. Okay. The next time that this topic came back again, like just repealing diversity visa lottery program or just terminating the diversity visa lottery program, and the next Congress, which was the 117th Congress, was 2021 and 2022. And guess which one it is? It is the recent one that you guys just heard about. And this was an amendment to repeal the diversity visa lottery. Okay, and this was sponsored by Republican Representative Pat Fallon. Okay, from Texas. Okay, he just wanted to introduce bill. He introduced this bill that will repeal the diversity visa lottery. All right, it is in the introduction phase, and this was done on February 11, 2022, because we are still in the 2021-2022 fiscal year. Okay, so it's just been introduced. It needs to be voted on to pass the House and then move on to the Senate for it to pass. And then from there it gets to the president's desk for the president to sign off and then for it to become law. So we are in the early stages of this. All right. But you guys, let me just, take us back a little bit. There was a similar attempt last year. Remember, last year we were still within the 2021-2022 fiscal year. So it was still the 117th Congress. And there was a bill, all right, that was introduced by Senator John Kennedy, a Republican representative from Louisiana. And his was to repeal the Visa Lottery Act. Okay? So this, and guys, you'll be surprised, this was done March 18th. It was introduced on March 18th, 2021. So yeah, I bet you didn't know that, right? So this one was just introduced and didn't pass the Senate. So it didn't go to the House and it didn't get to the president. So it didn't become a law. So it has to go through all of these stages. There have been some bills that may not go through both houses, but this one needed to. It needed to go through. This bill needed to go to both houses, get passed there, and then get to the president. The president needs to sign off, and then it becomes a law. All right. So guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. But I hope that this brings you peace and calmness that you need. I love you guys. Follow me on Facebook, Wafoi TV. Click the thumbs up. Join my Facebook groups, Greek Card Lottery Africa, Greek Card Lottery Ghana, Greek Card Lottery Winners, Moving to America / Wafoi TV if you want other immigration information, okay? And if you want to join my WhatsApp group, you need to send me proof of selection, which is your first notification letter, through email at wafoitv@gmail.com for me to verify that you have been selected before I can add you to my WhatsApp group. But guys, as always, I love you. I appreciate your time and you sharing my videos with your friends and family. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.